Well, the ex-loser in chief has decided that he wants to leave his fortress in Mar-a-Lago to venture to the great city of Atlanta. Now, Atlanta has been called a lot of things. Hot Atlanta, the ATL, and it gets pretty wild in Atlanta, so I hear. Now, this is a free country. Everybody is allowed to travel where they so please. So, I want Atlanta to welcome the ex-loser in chief. Give him a proper welcome. I'll give you some suggestions. You don't have to take any of these into account or even implement. These are just purely based suggestions. Now, Atlanta. Let's talk about the history here. You don't have good history with this dude. There's a lot of bad blood. You gotta think, Atlanta. Here goes a dude that lost the state of Georgia. But he didn't blame the entire state for his loss. No, a few more votes here and a few more votes there and a few more votes here could have gotten to, 12,000 votes. He didn't blame the entire state and say, if we had got more of our people out there and there and there, we could have overcome and won. No, he did the typical racist thing. He blamed, you in Atlanta for, stealing the election. They still lie and say that, Atlanta was stolen. And they blame a couple of counties, Fullerton County and Gwinnett County. Now, if you've never been to Atlanta and if you've never been to Georgia, which I have not, you probably don't know this, or you might not know it, who knows. But Fullerton County and Gwinnett County are heavily African American counties. And they make up the vast majority of the city of Atlanta. Now, let's suppose that the former ex-loser in chief didn't know that Fullerton County and Gwinnett County are predominantly black. Let's say that he just knew that it's liberal. Atlanta is liberal. Of all the places you could have chosen the whole state of Georgia, you just so happened to pick the two locations with the most amount of black people who reside in the locality and say that they're responsible for your loss. But there's no racism with these people. Remember that. It's all an illusion. It's made up in our minds. It's never true, The two counties with the most African Americans living in, that was responsible for his loss. And that's what he told his entire supporters. And how do I know that he told his entire supporters that? Because that's what his entire support base repeats. Atlanta stole the election. It's those election judges. They must throw out ballots. They always cheat in Atlanta. They never know how to count the votes in Atlanta. You know what that's really saying. It's saying that black people are inept. They shouldn't be voting. You know what they're getting at. They've literally tried to legislatively chip away at the Voting Rights Act. And now they're openly saying, you don't deserve to monitor and control your own elections. We're going to come in by the state and monitor and control. And when I mean the state, I mean the state of Georgia, a secessionist state that succeeded from the Union back during the First Civil War. They want to police and tell, black people how to run their elections, their local elections. Now, these are the people that say that states have rights and localities should have, rights over their jurisdictions as to what to do. But when it comes to, black people having rights over their counties and municipalities, they don't believe in that. No, They want to control Atlanta. And I heard a story, and I verified it, that the white portion, the more affluent areas of Atlanta in the city, wants to succeed from, well, the more, well, lower income black portion of Atlanta. Now, you've got the whole city wanting to split up due to race. But racism doesn't exist. And I guess he's just going to the baseball game to, well, wave hi to the crowd. Like anybody wants to see that son of a bitch. Nobody besides his cult supporters want to see him. Now, did he get invited to Game 4 of the World Series? No. He personally called up the league, the MLB, Major League Baseball. And well, they granted his wish. They gave him tickets. Now I have a problem with this. Because Major League Baseball, the chairman, the league owner, said that Major League Baseball is apolitical like all sports, and America's pastime is baseball. Now only one of those statements is actually true. America's pastime sport is baseball. But Major League Baseball, nor any other sports athletic league, is apolitical. Let me tell you why. Okay, so when Colin Kaepernick took a knee, and well, the NFL fired him for his political stance because they were consumers of the NFL, the National Football League, who didn't like the stance that Colin Kaepernick took. They weren't being apolitical. They were being very political because at the time, the sitting president, Donald Trump, demanded that the National Football League fire Colin Kaepernick for taking a knee. And they ultimately did that. So how can you say that they're apolitical when they've proven to be political and taking political stance? No, they're racist, and I'll prove it to you. Did you hear the story about the Houston Texans chairman, the owner of the Houston Texas football team, the chairman? Well, he was at one of those celebrity golf events, you know, where other more affluent racist white people show up and pay large money to hear boring white people speak. And well, he was caught being racist. And even the racist people that paid a lot of money to be there were shocked that he said it out in the open like that. But well, when you're Donald Trump and well, you worship a cult leader like that, it doesn't matter anymore. You can give Nazi salutes at school board meetings. It's okay according to Senator Ted Cruz. I'm telling you. You know, it's also going to be okay to, well, do some other things to you people too. I'm just saying, if you think that you can pull the self-defense card when you do other people dirty, we're going to pull the self-defense card when we do you dirty. Two can play at the self-defense card. I'm just saying, be careful with that this winter. That's going to look very brutal out there. I'm just saying. It's already shortages. We don't need to, well, be fighting over things that we can split in half. No need for that. I only require half of the trail mix bag. You can have the other half. Remember they taught you as a kid that sharing is caring. No, that's right, you sons of bitches didn't learn shit. I know. That's communist to share things. Oh no. If there's something available and you want it, you're definitely gonna get it. And nobody else can have it. Matter of fact, you go and purposely hoard things from people. I thought there was something about gluttony, but well, you know, nobody really cares about that either. Anyway, Donald Trump is coming to Atlanta. Now, Atlanta, you know how to turn up. You welcome people to Atlanta all the time. And by the way, I'm actually coming to Atlanta too. A date still to be determined, but I will come to Atlanta. Not when that son of a bitch is there. No, I'll wait till that son of a bitch is gone, back to Mar-a-Lago, and then maybe I'll show up. But can't really plan things online nowadays because, well, a lot of entities monitor things such as this. But anyway, I want people to, well, welcome the ex-loser in chief Do it the best way you can. Take a knee. Use bullhorns and tell them to get out. Go back home, Nazis. Nazis are not welcome in Atlanta. I happen to know Nazis are not welcome in Atlanta. They don't like you sons of bitches there. You can't come into Atlanta. I mean, there's certain areas where there's races, but they don't want the Nazis in Atlanta. And well, here's the thing. You can be as loud and boisterous as you want, Atlanta. The whole nation will hear you, what that petulant little child will do is, if the whole stadium is booing, he'll see the one person that's wearing a Trump 2020 flag or a t-shirt and cheering him on, worshiping him. And he'll point to that one person and say, look there, that's my man. That's my dude. This comes from a lack of, affection of any type during those normative and formative years. He's kind of sick, not all there. Deeply unwell. We were traumatized as a country under his 4-year, reign of terror. And, we fired him. Like he used to do on The Apprentice. Turn to people and tell them you're fired. It's every employee's worst nightmare to be called into their supervisor's office and, to be terminated. We've all probably experienced that. But Donald Trump commodified that. He made it, profitable. He monetized it. He literally monetized, the thing that we all fear the most, which is being terminated by our boss, our supervisor. And, he got glee out of doing it. And a lot of people got fired, under Donald Trump when he was president too. They lost their jobs, they lost their houses, and sadly enough, about 600,000 people lost their lives. 100,000 of which has been reportedly documented by, the former health advisor to the committee he set up. She said 100,000 deaths were preventable in America had Donald Trump just done basic things like instruct the American people to all wear masks. Be responsible. Like I've done continuously. Go back and look at all the videos last year. I told people wear masks when you go out in public. Socially distance. Wash your hands. Clean up after yourself. Things that the former president was not telling the American public. You gotta check those things out. But Atlanta, here's the thing. The hate doesn't stop there with Donald Trump. You see, when he lost Gwinnett County and Fullerton County, he called up the election guy in charge, and he told him, you gotta find me the votes. You gotta find the votes for me. And the current DA in Atlanta, who just got sworn in recently, she's investigating that for illegality. That sounds a little bit illegal when you lose a place to call up the person in charge of the elections and tell them just find you some votes. I would have asked him, where do you want me to, per se, find these votes, Mr. President? Do you want me to look in the trash cans? Do you want me to check the refrigerators? Do you want me to check the microwave? Do you want me to check underneath the couch? Underneath the pillow? Where do you want me to find these votes? No. What he wanted to do, tragically enough, is something that, is all too familiar in America. He wanted, black citizens to not have a voice. He wanted Atlanta, the black residents of Atlanta, their votes to not count, to be null and void, because they clearly came out and voted against him. So, not being able to, accept rejection, he just wanted to null and void their votes. And the same is true in Detroit too. Of all the places he picked only the places where predominantly black people live to allege voter fraud in Michigan. You're starting to see a pattern. Oh, you don't see one yet? Here, I'll give you one more. In Pennsylvania, of all the places he could have picked, he picked Philadelphia to, mention that there was voter fraud. Now, what does Detroit, Philadelphia, and Atlanta have in common? Besides them being very huge metropolitan cities, It also is a place where a large predominant majority of black people live. No racism there. Purely objectivity, you know. No racism at all. We're a colorblind society, don't you know? You know, he's coming to Atlanta. Who gives a fuck? Fuck Donald Trump. You know, that was a big beat. That was like, man, that's the national anthem. That was blaring out there. I think that would be good to be played in Atlanta. All Saturday. Every Atlantic that's loyal to this country, that's a patriot. No, I don't mean somebody who storms the Capitol and then says, well, I'm a patriot. No, you attacked your nation's capital. You're not a patriot. You're a seditionist, an insurrectionist. Get the correct terminology. You know, every real patriot, every real citizen of Atlanta, turn up. There's a hit song entitled, Fuck Donald Trump. Play that so loudly across Atlanta that regardless of where that son of a bitch is, he hears fuck Donald Trump. You know, he can try to claim that boos or cheers, but if somebody's saying fuck Donald Trump, and they're repeatedly saying fuck Donald Trump, it's kind of hard to say that they're saying I love Donald Trump. You know, Atlanta, turn up. You get crunk anyway. Get crunk on Saturday. It's the World Series, don't you know? And it's the day before Halloween. It's going to be spooky out there, especially in November. So turn up and tell white supremacists that you don't fuck with Donald Trump. You fuck Donald Trump, but you don't fuck with him. He's not your homie, so to speak. And well, I know that the Major League Baseball invited Donald Trump to, Atlanta. But I called and checked around. The people in Atlanta said, Purple People's out. Didn't nobody invite that son of a bitch to the cookout. And, well, you wouldn't even have to tell me he wasn't invited to the cookout. We all know Donald Trump will never get an invitation to the cookout. Matter of fact, the cookout doesn't even know that Donald Trump is probably coming. But, well, I just told him to play fuck Donald Trump, so now they might know.